This time I'm going to show you how to use the protein data bank, and we'll talk about some of its features. So to go to the protein data bank, just type protein data bank in your search bar, click enter, and look for the correct link. In this case, you'll know it's correct if you see the RCSB PDB or the HTTPS www.rcsb.org. That's the actual link for the protein data bank. Now, we are here in the protein data bank page. And as you can see, there are a lot of tabs here. And for now, we will focus on searching a protein structure. So here we have a search bar where you can type the keyword that you want. Of course, the keyword should be associated to the protein you want to investigate. So protein data bank is a database. So when you type a keyword in search, you are actually doing a query. So we are querying the protein data bank database. So for example, let's say I want to search for serine proteases. I can either click enter or just click this search button, and we will arrive to the page where the search results are. And as you can see in this page, we have the search summary. So under search summary, we have the structural determination methodology. And as you can see here, it says experimental is 6,446. So we have 6,446 search results or structures that are experimentally determined. There are no other methods enlisted, so everything in this result are all experimental. And we have the scientific name of source organism. So among all the search results, 2,357 are from Homo sapiens, 1,677 from severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, 772 from Bos taurus, etc. And we also have a taxonomy of the search result. So here we have 3,567 structures coming from Eukaryota, 2,557 coming from Riboviria, etc. And the experimental methods are also here. We have 6,180 structures are determined using X-ray diffraction, 194 structures using electron microscopy, 63 using solution NMR, and etc. And we have the polymer entity type. We have 6,446 are proteins, and 28 are DNA, 10 are RNA. And the resolutions are also summarized here. 0.5 to 1.0 angstrom, we have 55 structure of that resolution. And 1 to 1.5 angstrom, we have 712 structure. And we have 1.5 to 2.0 angstrom, we have 2,896 structure. So for resolution, the smaller the better. So resolution of 2.0 is generally considered good. And the release dates are also summarized here. And the enzyme classification system name, as well as membrane protein annotation, symmetry type, and other classifications as the SCOP classification. So we usually want to focus on a particular protein. In this case, you can just look for your protein, for the protein that you want to investigate. However, it's very tedious if you want to look at it, and as you can see here, there are many possible links. So the best way is you should know the PUB or the protein PDB ID of your protein that you want to investigate. You can just Google that. So let's say you want to check for the 2-Pro protein. This 2-Pro or 2-PRO, this 4-character letter and number and letter, alphanumeric character, is the PDB ID. The PDB ID is given to the structure during deposition time in PDB. So it's unique. And after the PDB ID, we have the name of the protein, in this case, pro-region or alpha-lytic protease. And below that, we have the PDB DOI, or the link to additional information regarding the protein. So we have here a summary of information, title, PDB DOI, primary publication, entry authors, initial deposition date, initial release, latest version, etc. Latest revision. So those information might be important to the users. So after that, we have the classification. This protein structure is classified as pro-region, and the organism where this protein came from is the Lysobacter enzymogens, and the expression system in this case is Escherichia coli. The expression system is where you overexpress the protein. So let's say you inject a vector into E. coli, and that vector encodes for this protein, and it is in E. coli where we overexpress this protein. Why do we want to overexpress a protein? Because to be able to experimentally determine the structure of the protein, we need quite a lot of that protein, because we need to crystallize the protein. Let's say for X-ray crystallography, for cryo-EM, we need to freeze the protein. For NMR, we just need a solution of the protein. So here you can see the deposition date and the release date. The deposition date is the date when the author submitted this protein structure to PDB, and PDB staffs will evaluate the structure, and once validated, they will release it to the PDB website. And of course, the release date is later compared to the deposition date, and the deposition author are also here. So here we have a snapshot of the experimental data. As you can see, the method used to determine the structure is X-ray diffraction, and the resolution is also summarized here. In this case, is 3 angstrom, which is not that good. We usually want a resolution of 2.0 or better, or we want a resolution less than 2.0 or less. I mean, 2.0 angstrom or less. That is a good resolution. Resolution is better kapag mas maliit yung kanyang value. We also have the R value pre, R value work, and R value observed, which you can check in our previous slide what those values means. But those are related to the experimental statistics of during performing experiments to determine the structure. And as you can see, we also have the literature. So under literature, this is the name of the literature where this structure is published, and this is the title, and these are the authors, and this one is the journal where this structure is published. And we also have here the PubMed ID and the DOI. So if you want to check the literature, you can just click the DOI and then open a link, the tab related to that DOI, and you will see the journal paper where this structure is published. And if you want to investigate more or to know more about this structure, you can just read this paper. So we also have the macromolecule content. As you can see here, this structure is roughly about 53.51 kilodalton. This is the molecular weight of all non-water atoms in the deposited model based on the full deposited sample sequence. Hydrogen atoms are included for the charged state in arginine, histidine, and lysine residues. And yung atom count is 3,139. Model residue count is 414. And yung deposited residue count is 498. And there are one unique protein chain. So that is the structure summary. There are many other stuff down here that I'm not going to talk about. You can just inspect them and Google what they mean. So let's move on to the structure tab. The structure tabs allows you to visualize the structure, of course. And here you can see the sequence as well, sequence of 2-pro. And there are other stuffs in here that you can check. But normally uh, we don't really use this visualization tool. We use other tools with more features to visualize the protein and to analyze it. In this structure summary, the structure tab, you can download the protein structure either as a PDB or CIF. Here we had the legacy PDB format, and there are latest formats around here. Normally, we use the legacy PDB format in molecular dynamics simulations. And we have the annotation tab. So annotation tab display a lot of stuffs, including the domain annotation, scope or scope E classification. So try to search what do this classification means, and how can you use them. And we have the experiment tab. It tells more information about the experiments. And we have the sequence tab. The sequence tab gives us a sequence of the protein. And as you can see, we have here the secondary structure. This red rectangle tells us that those regions are helix. This one is datasheet, the yellow rectangle. And this gray rectangle is unmodeled residue. And we have the genome, which normally had nothing inside it. So it means no genome alignments were performed in this structure. And for the version, you can see the latest version. Different versions of these structures. So for now, we just need to know how to download the structure. And of course, let's just download the legacy PDB format for now. And that will give us this 2pro.pdb. And if you open it, you'll see the atomic coordinates and some remarks about the PDB. So this PDB file contains everything about the structure.